Realized that I'd been suffering from periods of depression throughout my entire adolescence, and Katrina probably had been too. We lost our dad to alcoholism when I was 13 and she was 10. But yeah, I'd say Raymer's death recently in skateboarding is the sort of most recent and obvious episode or event that's sparked this conversation further and prompted more action amongst the skate community. Ultimately, what I want to achieve is a greater awareness of depression as like a treatable physiological condition, with open dialogue and targeted self-reflection as some of the most important tools. I want more skaters with more knowledge and skills, basically. Why so sad is the simple question that we actually need to be able to answer for ourselves and for our friends in order to sort of start to be able to deal with depression as a community. I'd say that depression is just a vague term. It manifests completely differently for everybody based on our individual circumstances. So really self-reflection and introspection and thinking, like what Joe was saying about looking through everything that's happened to you in your life and dissecting it. We all kind of, that's the way to get through it. We have to do that work for ourselves. But as a community, if we understand this better, we can help each other to recognize that. So knowing that there are very specific places from which your trauma emerges gives you a starting point and something concrete and a lead to then investigate and self-reflect and work. I think something that we've talked about is the idea of moving forward. It's okay to be direct in talking about mental health issues. Like you were saying, normalize it so that we can speak about it the same as we could speak about a broken collarbone would be a great place to get to. I think we're moving in that direction, but yeah, being direct, asking, hey, are you thinking about suicide is okay if you are really concerned with somebody. And the more that we learn and speak about this stuff more often, the better we'll get at recognizing the actual warning signs. I want to get the world to the point where we all realize that suicide is completely unnecessary and we can get through the fog and the storm. A card in here that has some ideas on the back of it about how we can be better at helping each other and knowing what to do when we have friends who are either experiencing crisis or we kind of notice things are going a little awry. And hopefully some of the money that this does will go to the Ramers Foundation, and some of the, we'll try and do some work in North America as well in terms of getting more education and resources out there to some of the skate community.